Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I have the Pretty Women Zodiac nail polish collection to share with you. This is one of the first big collections I have to share on my channel. I did borrow 3 of these from my favorite polish pal, my grandma, because I have 8 of them, but she happens to have the other 4 that didn't necessarily pique my interest, but to share the whole collection, I've gathered them all and I am ready to swatch them for you. Of course, we have 12 polishes here, so this one does count as a Swatcharama. This is quite a bit, so let's just get right on into these swatches. I want to start by saying that there are 6 full coverage polishes and 6 intentionally sheer polishes that could be built up. Since that's a lot of coats, you could also sponge these on. I did not try that, but I have heard that sponging glitters and shimmers on is a way to build them up to opacity a lot quicker. Also, I wanted to note that I'm going to be starting with Capricorn and going in order from there. Most places will start the zodiacs with Aries because that is what associates with the first house and so on. But I'm not going to be going in astrological order. I'm just going to go from what the first of the year would be, which is smack dab in the middle of Capricorn. Capricorn goes from December 21st to January 20th, so this would be right in the middle. And not only is Capricorn season right around the corner, but I feel like we should start with the first of the year. So Capricorn has a beautiful green with a gold shimmer. Let me turn on a flash for you. And this is kind of one of those grungy, pruggly green type of golds. And this one does have some other shift to it. This is a nice metallic. And let's just try this on the nail. This is a full coverage polish, but let's go right on in with our first coat. This did apply pretty thin on the first coat. I did notice that a lot of the glitter was settling after applying that coat and seeing how thin it was, because I just wore this one probably a month or 2 ago and it was not that thin, but we will see how it builds up. Let's go in with our second coat. That is 2 coats. We will come back for a third coat. Let's go in for our third and final coat. That is a super glitzy gold with that green hue. And what you don't see in this lighting is the super amazing multichromatic shift. But let me show you what it looks like with that shift. Here you can see kind of how rainbowy this is. It does, of course, have that golden sheen to it, but it almost gives it an oil slick or rainbow multichromatic effect. This one's super interesting. I really like this one. This next one is Aquarius. This one is a beautiful purple with a blue shimmer. And these have kind of a larger particle shimmer, which is really fun. And I could not stop staring at this one when my grandma wore it recently. This one also is pretty shifty and definitely a very juicy purple. Let's go ahead and try this on the nail. Let's go right on in for our first coat. Second coat. This one does build really nicely in two, and longer nails may want a third coat. It is so shimmery and frosty. Check out that shift from a blue to a pinky purple. Really nice shifty metallic. This next one is more of the buildable topper style polish, or you can wear it intentionally sheer. This one is Pisces. It's a beautiful aquamarine type of color. It's a baby blue with that tinge of green, and it's got a really nice golden large particle shimmer. It does appear to also have some flakies in there, which I hadn't noticed until this point. I hadn't worn this one, but I'm going to go ahead and build it up as well as put it over a black and white nail so you can see that as well. Let's try this on. First, let me show you this over naked nail. Over that white, you get a wash of color, and over that black, you get predominantly shimmer. So that is 3 different ways you can wear it, and it is a really lovely color. Let me go in with a second coat here so you can see that. And here it is with flash, just so you can see it. And this next one is a super beautiful red polish with a golden large particle shimmer. This one is Aries, and this one is full coverage. It is slightly jelly. Let me just show it to you on the nail. First coat. I'm going to let that dry and come back for a second coat. Oh, let's go in with our second coat. That is so pretty and such a fiery red. That shimmer is ultra pretty. And this kind of gives me ruby red slipper vibes. If you wanted it as dark as it is in the bottle, one more coat should do that for you. I just kind of like the way this looks. This next one is also one of the buildable sheer topper style polishes. This one is a beautiful pink and it has a kind of magenta shimmer. This is a super pretty pink polish. Let's try it on the nail. I'm going to do this the same way I did the last one, and I'm going to go in with a white nail, a black nail, and a naked nail. Let's go in for our first coat here. Very ethereal and princessy. Also looks really pretty over black and white. I'll let that dry and come back for a second coat on the naked nail. Well, let's go in with that second coat. I feel like this one would actually be good on 2 to 4 coats depending on your nail length and your visible nail line preference. You can see that this nail line is almost covered, but you can see it on the more extreme angles. This one is really metallic looking, and over a lighter color gives kind of that glazed donut manny look with a little bit of princessy splash. Love this one. I love how bright this one is. And that is Taurus. The next one is Gemini. This is kind of a golden polish. It's like a mustard yellow, but it does have a metallic effect. It has kind of a shimmer to it. Let's try this one on the nail. First coat. I'll let that dry and come back for a second coat. Let's go in with our second coat. It almost covers in 2, but with a starker nail line, you're probably going to want 3, so I'll let this dry and come back for that third coat. Let's go in for a third and final coat. It is a very bright yellowy gold, and it does have that kind of pearly finish. Another really nice one. I just have so many metallics. And personally, the more yellow golds, I don't feel like that flatters my skin too much. So I tend to lean away from these, but I know other skin tones that this really flatters. It just isn't mine. But that is Gemini. This next one is a super pretty snowy type of topper, and this one is Cancer. This one is another one that if you wanted to build it up, I would suggest 2 to 4 coats, depending on your nail length. Let's try this on the nail. I have a white, black, and nude nail. First coat. That is so pretty and sparkly. Let's go in with a second coat of it on its own. This one is pretty close to covering in 2. but I do have pretty short nails, and you can definitely see the nail line in the light. You could probably get this fully opaque in 3 coats for short nails, but you probably will want the 4th if you have those longer nails. The next one is Leo. This one was on my fall rack. This has a multi-chromatic effect to it where it has this red rusty color as well as a more coppery orange tone and a pink. The base is like an orangey metallic copper color. This one is Leo. Let me show you this one on the nail. This one does definitely build up to full coverage. Let's go in with our first coat. I love how sparkly this one is, and this one does cover in 2 coats. I'm going to let this dry and come back for that full mani effect. Let's go in with our second coat. Super sparkly and pretty in the highlight, and in low light you get a little bit of multi-chrome effect. This is not the very best lighting, but here you get a little bit of pink and it does shift into a yellow gold. The next one is a beautiful blue shimmer polish. This one is Virgo. And the shimmer in here does go to purple on extreme angles. You might be able to see it a little bit here in the corner of the bottle. This one, I will go ahead and try it over 3 so you can see what this one can do. Let's go in for the first coat. Great as a topper, and if you wanted to build it up, it would probably take quite a few coats. Let's go in for our second coat here. This one has a really beautiful shift in the right lighting, so let me show you that. As you can see, this one would need quite a few coats to actually build that up to opacity, but it is a beautiful topper nonetheless. Let me show you the shift on this. It goes from that blue to a pink to a purple. Really pretty. The next one is Libra. This is another white topper or buildable polish. Here they are side by side, so you can see that they are a different color. This one's more of a silver and this one's more of a gold. So let's try this on the nail. First coat. Really beautiful snowy vibes. And the element that makes this polish gold also gives a green flash. Let's go in with our second coat here. If you just want a frosty, sparkly nail, that is so beautiful. It does work wonderfully as a topper. It will look great over any color. The next one is a really deep red with a really nice golden sheen to it. This one is Scorpio. This one is the last full coverage polish in this collection. Let's try it on the nail. First coat. This is a really great color for this time of year, and it covered in one coat, which is really amazing for any polish. But this is one that I personally don't have, so I definitely need to go back and get this. Even though I don't frequently wear reds, this is an amazing one, especially in one coat. That's awesome. And it's really sparkly and has that awesome golden tone sheen. Really nice one. This last one is the last of the sheer ones, as well as the last one in this collection. This is a really shimmer heavy, large particle shimmer. Let's try this one on the nail. First, let me show it to you on the bare nail, how it would look on its own. It is super pretty and really shifty on that darker nail. And let me show you one more coat on its own. So again, with this one, you'd probably want 4 coats if you wanted it fully opaque. And here is the full collection shot. This is what they all look like together. And you can see the differing shades with the red and the 2 sparkles. I really like this collection. I love the way it looks on this shelf. And I personally didn't really like my shade when this first came into my awareness, this collection, but it definitely has grown on me after doing this video. So I'm definitely going to have to grab that one for myself. And if you have enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like. Let me know what your favorite shades were or what your sign was. And if you liked the shade for your sign, I know sometimes the Libras don't like the pinks. We always get pinks and that sort of thing. So if you enjoyed your sign's color, let me know. It's always nice to hear that. I'm going to drop a link for the website as well as a 5 off $20 coupon through my referral link if you would like to pick any of these up or any other polishes or products from Pretty Women. As always, I'm so grateful to have you here. If you would like more content like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell to make sure you never miss any uploads. And until next time, friends, thanks so much for hanging with me.